100.3 The Ride. Good afternoon to you. Hope you're having a good, what is today? We're Thursday, right? We're not quite Friday yet. I'm looking forward to Friday. But a nice cool day here and some rain, so that'll make everybody happy. Chad Jones in the studio, and we have a special guest in with us this afternoon. And into Colby, Scott Ryder is with us with Parkinsons across America. How's Scott today?
Scott is good. I'm like you, not sure what day of the week it is, but I'm here.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Do you know where here is? I've heard your schedule a little bit.
I told somebody earlier, it's like that Johnny Cash song, I've been everywhere, man, so you kind of lose track. It all blends in, it's a blur.
You were in Salt Lake yesterday.
We were in Salt Lake City yesterday, yes.
And you flew here and had time to rest, and right?
We flew here on the side of a Ford Transit van with 5 guys all smelly.
Well, we were glad to have you here. I want to talk a little bit about, I want to talk about this Parkinson's across America, what you're doing right now, and raising awareness for Parkinson's. But I also thought this when I heard this too. Something you said with this, you're not just raising awareness, you're learning about it as well as you go. So tell us a little bit about this tour and what it entails.
Well, this tour really is about hope and encouragement and increasing awareness. When I say hope and encouragement, so many people that are diagnosed with Parkinson's think it's the end of their life. And I like to say it's not the end of their life, it's a new way of living. And so we're spreading that word, and what we're doing is on film, we're capturing stories of people. So here in Colby, a very influencing lady named Elaine Patachuk found out we were in Chicago, and she said, would you guys come see us? And she's done amazing things here for not just the people in Colby, but a broad range throughout Kansas and other states. So we want to capture that story and highlight that story because Elaine is an example of somebody that's making a difference in the lives of people with Parkinson's. So what we're doing is we're creating a documentary, and along the way, a few years ago, we met a gentleman named Barry Blaustein who wrote the screenplay for The Nutty Professor, Coming to America. He's a comedy writer on Saturday Night Live. And Barry said, you make a documentary, I'll help you sell it to a streaming service, and then we're going to donate 100% of the proceeds to the Parkinson's Foundation.
So very cool. So a chance to help out with that as well. Yeah, this is an odd experience. I'm a radio guy for a reason. You were joking with some of your crew a minute ago, the face for radio, right? And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cameras in the studio here. But you're getting used to this, I would imagine, at this point in time.
I was just sharing with you earlier, we were live on a station in Denver the other day, a television station, but we didn't really understand we were live. And I said something, I thought, well, that's not a big deal. They'll edit that out. We get done, and she said, that was a really good live interview. I said, what?
Yeah.
So.
Well, let's talk about Parkinson's because I think it's like a lot of diseases or something that modern medicine is trying to catch up with, and I think there's some vast improvements, but obviously a long way to go, and that's the ultimate goal here is to find a cure.
You know, you said it really well. There is some improvement, but it's amazing how far we have not come. And an example of that, the most commonly prescribed medication for Parkinson's disease is called carbidopa-levodopa. I'm a person with Parkinson's. If the viewers could see my right hand like you can right now, it's shaking. It's called a tremor. But if I was diagnosed with Parkinson's 30 years ago, they would have prescribed carbidopa-levodopa. If I'm diagnosed with Parkinson's today, it's carbidopa-levodopa. So there has been progress made, but not enough progress. And so that's part of our mission, is to let people know there's over 1 million Americans with Parkinson's disease. Somebody's diagnosed every 9 minutes. And it's just staggering. It's the second fastest neurodegenerative disease, right behind Alzheimer's, but it's catching up and expected to surpass Alzheimer's. So it's a real problem. And in rural areas, we see it in the farming community. So we're pretty confident that there's something in the environment, something that's used in the environment that's triggering something inside people that causes the brain to not produce dopamine, which is what Parkinson's disease is.
And so again, in part of this tour is learning a little about that, and then obviously raising funds for that. And what are some of the big, companies that are helping in doing research in the field of Parkinson's?
Well, there's lots of organizations doing research, but the Parkinson's Foundation is one of the leading organizations that's doing research. And they fund grants, including they've funded grants to help the people here in Colby establish programs to battle Parkinson's disease. There's a company by the name of Boston Scientific, which is a big company, which makes a device for a procedure called DBS, deep brain surgery, where they actually implant a device down in the base of your brain and they run electrical stimulation to it, and that's proven to be a help to many people with Parkinson's. So between organizations like the Parkinson's Foundation and Boston Scientific, a nonprofit and a for-profit sort of working together, there is hope and there is encouragement for people with Parkinson's.
Yeah, that's been kind of I guess that is the encouragement. The encouraging into things too is to see where they can come with all the new technology, new sciences, and new things out there, and it'll be interesting to see, I guess, where it goes here in the next several years.
Progress is being made. I personally obviously wish it was faster, but it is what it is. We just have to keep pushing on.
And so some of the other aspects of this too is I guess helping people with Parkinson's and their families and coping and learning how to I guess live with Parkinson's.
Yeah, I think the term we often use is delay the disease. There's lots of proof that exercise is as important as medication. So exercise delays sort of the progression of the disease. The disease does progress, there's no doubt about it. And there's really nobody that's ever had Parkinson's where it has not progressed. So the more tools and programs that are available related to exercise, which there's a lot of those that Elaine Potacek has established here in Colby, are helping people kind of slow the progress of it. But that becomes a challenge because of Parkinson's disease as a result of your brain not producing dopamine. Dopamine does two things. It gives you the ability to move, but it also gives you a sense of well-being. And the reason I said it becomes hard to exercise is if your sense of well-being is dampened or decreased, depression is often common, and people tend to seclude that have Parkinson's. So one of our messages is, hey, if you have Parkinson's, get out, be amongst the public. They don't care if you're shaking or have a tremor, but get out and be social, because that's going to help you a lot.
So let's talk about your trip to Colby here today as you're coming through, and what's going to happen here. I know you're going to run into Elaine here in a little bit.
Yeah, well, you mentioned yesterday we were in Salt Lake City, so we spent the night in Rollins, Wyoming. It seemed like we were in the middle of nowhere, but we got there in the dark and we left in the dark, so I can't really tell you too much about that. But we're going to have, Elaine has put together a great dinner, and honestly, I don't recall the name of the place. You could probably tell me.
Movement, we're at
when you have Parkinson's disease like I have, you forget a lot of things. So
Movement Connection.
Movement Connection, that's right. Just really close by here.
Downtown.
Yeah, and so we're going to do a presentation there and meet lots of people and spread some hope and encouragement as it relates to Parkinson's disease and some education.
All right. Well, and that's coming up here in at 5 o'clock, I believe, today.
It is 5 p.m., so we'll be there in a little bit.
Yeah, you're moving quicker today, so
Yeah.
A busy guy. So where's the next stop?
Well, we're back to Denver tomorrow. We're going to one of the larger hospitals that works with people with Parkinson's disease. And then that completes what we call a segment. So what we're doing is we're going out for about a week at a time on the road, then we go home and recuperate. And so segment 5 is coming up in October. That'll be Los Angeles, Phoenix, Vegas. So, and then the last segment will be in Miami, Florida. So we're getting there.
Yeah, I'm in for the Miami one. Just let me know.
We'd love to have you along. You got the voice.
And we'll enjoy the weather.
Absolutely. It's very similar to here in Colby.
Is it? We've had all 4 seasons this week.
This week.
It was 102 the other day. We had a record high, and today we're at 40 something, 48.
Well, nobody can see it. You can see it. I'm wearing a pair of shorts, which I tend to wear. So I was anticipating that first season you just described, the 100.5.
So yeah. Well, hey, it's very nice to meet you. I appreciate your time. I appreciate what you're doing, and anything we can do to help get the information out there, we will. And I'm sure, Elaine has already been pretty good about getting the stuff to let us to promote you guys coming to town, and we want to continue to get the message out. And thank you very much for what you do.
Well, thank you. We're extremely grateful for the opportunity to spread the word.
All right. Thank you very much again, Scott Ryder, joining us here on the ride here on 100.3 today. Go see him again at Movement Connection, 5 o'clock here in downtown Colby. In the meantime, let's get back to some tunes here on 100.3 The Ride.